1970 to 1971.
Yeah, when it was won by the legendary...
L'escargot.
Will you let me finish a sentence, please? Yes, ridden by Jim Culotti, 13-8 favourite best mate, destroyed the very best field in steeple chasing by a massive 10 lengths from Trucker's Tavern and Harbour Pilot in third.
See, it's not as funny without me, is it?
But look, Willie, we'd really better get on with this before we...
Run out of time.
Yeah, and are unable to...
Show any clips?
Yeah, I'm going to punch you in a minute if you carry on.
Finishing my sentences.
Oh, right. OK, let's remind ourselves now what happened in this year's Martel Grand National.
Bully.
Here's the National.
He's 6, 7, 8 lengths in front of Amberley House. Supreme Glory running on for second. But it's a victory for Ireland and Barry Garrity as Monty's Pass comes down to win the Martel Cognac Grand National.
That was the National, and what a wonderfully poetic event it is, isn't it? Man and beast pushed to the very limits of endurance, thundering hooves on sods of earth, the galloping hopes of an expectant nation, the fallen jockeys lying on the ground alongside the dislodged brush and the broken dreams of a little girl who never won a professional race, who never even got to ride one of her
now
father's
come on,
horses
Claire,
in
leave
any
it,
sort of
leave it well alone now. Time to move on.
Yeah, let's move on now. Let's move on to the Derby.
Arsenal, Tottenham.
No, the Derby.
Celtic, Rangers.
No, the Derby.
Man U, Man City. Oh, I'm just pulling your leg, Claire.
Willie, you're only 5 foot tall. That's not my leg.
Oh, no.
Chris Kim coming at him strongly. A Lancashire right down the outside with no stanza. Chris Kim gets the lead and Chris Kim has won the Derby.
2003 also saw a wonderful Royal Ascot. Willie, what was your highlight of Ascot this year?
It would have had to have been seeing you in a hat, Claire.
Well, stick around, cutie pie. And 2003 has been a great year, particularly for the Aga Khan, with his horse Dalikani winning the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe. And in fact, we've even had an email on the subject.
A female? Who'd send us a female? Oh, no. Is she tall?
An email from...
A she-mail?
An email.
A rip mail?
Forget the email.
Dalikani, Christoph Simeon from Mubtaka, who's fighting back, but Dalikani wins the arc.
No, I'm just pulling your other leg.
That's not my other leg.
Oh, no.
It's been a great year.
No, it hasn't.
Shut up.
Nice ass.
And I wonder if they'll still be talking at this table, because alongside the very talented Alistair, McGowan, Ronnie and Ancona is Clare and Willie.
The not so talented Clare and Willie.
What did you make of that then, guys?
Oh, I know that laugh so well.
Go on, Ronnie, you can do it better than him. Does he
That's
always...
our normal laugh. That's the real skill. Sorry, don't destroy the illusion.
How easy were they to do?
Very difficult, actually. Very difficult. They're caricatures, as you can see.
Very much caricatures, but Willie, the little so-and-so, has got Scottish, Yorkshire and Cirencester in his accent, am I right? So it's a bit of a bit of a combination, so that's a bit
very difficult for me, because if you're not too careful...
She's better looking than you,
yes.
first out.
Also, I'm not too careful, I seem to go into Agostine, which is obviously not what you want to do.
You use a lot of padding, don't you?
No.
Oh, now, Willie, stop
took it
that. Took it out. Oh. That is not right. Anyway, thank you, Willie, on that note.
Why do I have to work with this? It's just impossible.
Good luck next season, Claire, anyway. We thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you'll still be speaking anyway. Thanks very much, guys.
Well, the first vote of the evening for the Golden Sports Personality of the Year is now closed. Here's the trophy, worth winning. We'll announce your choice for the greatest of all the previous winners at the end of the programme, but now the voting moves on to decide this year's winner. For the past few weeks, we asked for your nominations, and here are the 5 names who received the most votes in advance. There's Pippa Funnell, first ever winner of Equestrian's Grand Slam. To vote for Pippa, call 09011 98 1200. For Neil Hodgson, the World Superbike Champion, call 09011 98 1201. For Martin Johnson, England's World Cup winning captain, call 09011 98 1202. For record-breaking Paula Radcliffe, call 1203. Surprised he made it. For Johnny Wilkinson, the drop goal hero, call 09011 98 1204. And you can, of course, text the surname to that number there, 81111. Or if you prefer, of course, you can interact and just press that little red button. So, get voting. You've got just under an hour to do it. And in that hour, we'll also have Muhammad Ali, David Beckham. And in case you think we've forgot...
There's 35 seconds to go. This is the one.
Well, I'm afraid couldn't afford the rest.
We are having a bit of a whip round for later in the programme, though. In motorsport, Michael Schumacher rewrote the history books yet again this year, while on his superbike, Britain's Neil Hodgson was invincible, and Susie Lara Croft Perry was in hot pursuit of both of them, virtually.
Fast, furious, exciting, and glamorous. No, not me, him, Michael Schumacher. He was Formula One world champion for an amazing 6th time this year, and that's a record.
Here comes the history man.
He needed all of his undoubted genius to see off 2 determined rivals. Colombian Juan Pablo Montoya could have won the title, but made too many false moves to last the distance. While Finnish Kimi Räikkönen was there at the finish, as he fought Michael Schumacher to the final flag. A mid-season slump nearly ruined Schumacher's year.
He's out of the race.
But then, Hugh Italy and victory.
Just listen to the crowd.
An eventful 8th place at the last round in Japan was enough to clinch that record 6th world title and a place in history.
I'm just proud of what we all have achieved.
And if you thought that was close...
He's right on the limit here.
4 drivers went into the final round of the World Rally Championship with a chance of taking the crown.
Brilliant!
But it was Petter Solberg who avoided the speed cameras, congestion charges and traffic jams to clinch his first world title, which he seemed quite pleased about.
I'm so happy.
I think we should turn left back there. You see, you don't get this with the bikes.
The British Superbike season was all about Shane Shaky Byrne, who shook them up all right, with 9 wins in 11 races on his way to the title.
This will be something special, and he's showboating now.
And he didn't get lost once.
In the World Superbikes, Neil Hodgson proved just as dominant, winning the first 9 races. He went on to win the championship, fulfilling the great potential he showed as a youngster.
I just wanted to be world champion so bad. I'm made up.
And now he's off to MotoGP, a whole new world of high-tech, high-performance men in wigs. Peerless Italian Valentino Rossi was once again the main man in 2003.
He really is impressive and nothing seems to faze him.
But like Schumacher, he wouldn't have it all his own way. Just mostly his own way. Taking his 3rd title in a row.
We're watching the master in action.
Personally, I don't know what all the fuss is about. Last Tuesday, I beat Schumacher, whopped Byrne, took pole off Hodgson, and had Valentino on the line. Well, virtually. Eat your heart out, Lara Croft.
Well, you would, wouldn't you? I've come out here for a little bit of fresh air, actually, and well, my pizza's arrived. Oh, look who it is. It's Neil Hodgson.
Did you order a pizza? Yes?
Yes, yes, please. You'd catch Eddie Irvine on that, wouldn't you?
No way, not on this.
No, but you've got world champion this year. You've got a new bike coming out, haven't you?
That's right, yeah, it's MotoGP for me next year, so it's actually a faster bike and more power, less weight, so it's going to be a bit of a handful.
And we'll be able to see you on the BBC, because we've just signed that contract, so we look forward to seeing lots more of you.
Brilliant.
And let's get back in the warm. It's starting to rain.
Yeah, it's a bit cold.
It's horrible.
And look at that! There's never been such an array of Grand Prix talent on one grid. And here they come, sharing pole position. Damon Hill, Nigel Mansell, Jackie Stewart, Stirling Moss and John Surtees. And who's going to get to the sofa first? It's going to be Damon. He's away by a head. Nigel Mansell right behind him. This is absolutely fantastic.
First surprise of the night, Murray gets them in the right order, but welcome to you all. In particular to our double winners, Nigel Mansell and Damon Hill. You must have very, very fond memories of this programme, Damon. Not only the 2 awards that you won, but the great bits of dialogue between your father and Jackie Stewart down the years.
Yeah, well, that was when I was very young, when I didn't get many of the dirty jokes that they seem to be having between them. There was a bit of witty banter, but perhaps Jackie could enlighten us now.
We haven't moved on very much from those days, I'm afraid, Jackie.
No, I think we could do it again, couldn't we? Get the chip off the old block
For sure.
No, I don't do that sort of thing.
We will pencil you in for next year. You raced against Michael Schumacher with some success. You measured yourself against the likes of Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna. Should we be saying now, with the records broken, that Michael Schumacher is the greatest of all time?
you just can't say, really. I mean, what he's achieved is fantastic, but I think what Ferrari and Michael's achieved together is phenomenal, because never in the history of autosport or motorsport has reliability been surpassed by one team. It's just phenomenal, isn't it, Jackie?
No, it's a team effort. There's never been a driver so well directed to bringing such talent into a team, and that talent staying for a period of time where everybody works together so well. And the combination of Ferrari and Schumacher right now is almost impossible to beat, but everybody falls off their pedestal.
Well, the discussion will continue into the evening with Murray involved as well, I'm sure, but great to see the fast men here. Thanks for joining us.
Well, now it's time for a new award. Paul Gascoigne, still a local hero wherever he goes, has joined me to present this award. All around the UK in the last few weeks, the BBC has been collecting nominations that recognise outstanding examples of voluntary unpaid work for sport in the community. 14 regional winners have been chosen, and it's great to see that they're all in here tonight. But our panel has also chosen an overall winner of our first Unsung Hero Award, and this is why they made that choice.
Betus in Newport, Europe's second largest housing estate. Here since 1990, Nobby Woodcock has founded, coached and managed 8 football teams from under 6 to under 18s.
Betus is very, very lucky to have a man like that working for him.
Without a star like Nobby, it just wouldn't work at all.
Such is the respect for Nobby, the people of Betus have raised £428,000 for purpose-built changing rooms.
There's only one word to describe the contribution that Nobby has given to the children and community of Betus, and that is priceless.
Nobby Woodcock, the heart and soul of Real Betis, a true unsung hero.
So, Gazza, if you'll do the honours, confirm the winner.
The winner is Nobby Woodcock.
Unsung hero no more, but with a name like Nobby Woodcock, I think you were destined for stardom, weren't you? And what's it like to tell the boys back home that you received the trophy from Gazza himself?
Well, they'd be over the moon. They really be over the moon.
How good are they?
They're improving. And the important thing is that they enjoy it. And I mean, that's what we teach them, and hopefully when they grow up then, they become good parents, good citizens, and fetch their children up the same way, hopefully.
Absolutely.
That's what we all do it for.
Yeah, well done you, well deserved. Well, viewers across the country have also been picking their regional BBC Sports Personalities of the Year, and we're delighted that many of those winners have joined us tonight. So please acknowledge both our unsung heroes and our regional award winners for 2003.
And if you haven't voted yet for our top sports personality of the year, don't panic, there's still time. Here's one more check on the shortlist. Vote for Pippa Funnell, it's 0901 198 1200, 1201 for Neil Hodgson. 1202 is the number you need for the England rugby captain Martin Johnson. For Paula Radcliffe, last year's winner 1203. For Johnny Wilkinson, 1204. And there's the complete list with another reminder that you can vote by text as well, 81111, and we will announce the winner towards the end of the programme tonight.
Well, it was a mixed year for England's cricketers, and it hasn't finished yet. We'd rather forget the World Cup, too much of the unhappier kind of cricketing boycott. And, of course, Australia won it again. But before the Aussies get too cocky, just remember, You're only as good as your last game, and the last game was rugby. Better to remember Freddie Flintoff's summer frolics as he bashed back against South Africa to earn a dramatic drawn series. And now in Sri Lanka today, Michael Vaughan led the way with his first century as England captain to help secure a draw in the second test with Sri Lanka. Well, alongside Flintoff's heroics, the big cricket story of the summer was the change of England captain. And the outgoing skipper, Nasser Hussain, has been reflecting on what was a pretty dramatic year.
I don't look back on the World Cup with any fond memories at all, really, to be honest. I thought it was a poorly run tournament. The ICC with the whole Zimbabwe issue, they must have known early on, and they did know early on, that it was an issue for the England cricket team. And I think they let us down, and they let cricket down in general. I was just one of 2 England cricket captains, and it took something away from me. Maybe it was a bit of kudos or whatever. It was just something I really enjoyed and loved, being England cricket captain. I should have probably, gone after the World Cup. I should have probably stepped aside, but we were waiting for an alternative, and having seen the way Michael Vaughan led the boys in the one days, there was an alternative, and I just felt that the time was right. I have to be honest, after the winter, I was right at the end of my tether with the mentally. And you don't want to captain England when you're mentally drained. My era of players had moved on, and a new era were stepping in. I was always going to go in. It was going to be Alex Stewart's last day, so I went in for my, to support him and the team, and it was a great atmosphere, a great Test match, to be honest. We have a new captain, a lot of young players coming through. Things are looking okay.
Colossal strike. It's landed 3 levels up.
I think it's very important that the side, the Flintoffs, the Andersons, have someone of their own age, of their own era. He will obviously be a different leader from me, who is a much more relaxed person. But don't confuse that with someone who hasn't got a fire burning. And he is the key man for England to move on and keep moving on.
But England have come from behind to level the series.
He's in charge now, it's his ship.
And it's good to see Darren Gough and Alex Stewart with us tonight. Well, just 2 cricketers, both West Indian legends, have won our Overseas Personality of the Year award since we introduced it in 1960. They're in pretty special company.
The BBC's International Award of the Year. That's it.
Gymnastics, by the way, very much absolutely faultless. The cricketing summer of 1966 belongs to Gary Sobers.
Well, this is certainly a great honour to be named the Overseas Sports Personality.
This year, this trophy as the International Personality of the Year.
The happiest man we've ever last.
The current awesome Kingston heavyweights, Mike Tyson.
First of all, I want to thank BBC and to my
fans out there in Great Britain for this prestigious award.
Amid jubilant scenes, Lara took his score to 375.
It's always very special when you win something when you don't expect it.
Words cannot express how I feel about it.
Another momentous time in my life.
Wish you all a very special Christmas.
And a Happy New Year, and
thank you very much.
And if you spotted someone missing from that greatest hits list, don't worry, he's coming up later. But now for this year's award. For our judges panel, this year's award was very much a race between 4 wheels and 2 wheels. Michael Schumacher's record-breaking 6th Formula One World Championship would normally have secured him yet another win. But for once, he was just pipped to the checkered flag. Because our winner is a man who has now not only conquered the field to take a record equalling 5 Tour de France in a row, he's also conquered cancer. Lance Armstrong.
I thought I knew what fear was until I heard the words, "You have cancer." My previous fears, fear of not being liked, fear of being laughed at, fear of losing, seemed like small cowardice. Every time I win a Tour de France, I prove that I'm alive. I've often said cancer was the best thing that ever happened to me. But everybody wants to know what I mean by that. What the lesson of illness teaches you is this: pain is temporary. Quitting lasts forever.
Good evening, everybody. I'm terribly sorry I can't be there tonight to accept this award from the BBC. I can't tell you how honored and appreciative I am of getting this award. To be selected by a group of fellow athletes and panelists is a tremendous honor. So once again, first and foremost, I'm sorry I can't be there, and secondly, I really like to thank the BBC. This is incredible. So hopefully I'll be there one of these years and be able to sit in the crowd and cheer on future winners. Have a good evening.
The Overseas Sports Personality of the Year is Lance Armstrong. Well, now to a couple who have not only won the team award, but the Sports Personality of the Year award as well. And Jayne, I think you and Chris made Bolero even more famous for us, but do you twitch when you hear it now?
It's special. I mean, it's a special piece of music, and it'll always be significant.
It was an inspired choice, but come on, Chris, you can come clean now. If we show the end of the routine, it didn't quite go according to plan, did it?
Not exactly, no. I mean, it's all about building to a final climactic end, and I think I peaked a little early.
So how was it supposed to end, then?
Well, both of us facing the same way, but I ended up face down, and I have to say this evening, everybody around me has been laughing hysterically every time they show that clip of us. Me in that jacket with the shoulder pads and the check jacket.
Should get an award in itself, I feel like.
The sad thing is I think I still have the jacket.
It looked good back then,
Thank
though,
you.
didn't it? But what about, I mean, now I know you live in America and you live over here, Jayne, but you still keep in touch and still involved in skating?
Yes, we do, but we haven't seen each other for over a year, which is the longest we haven't seen each other, and I'd like to thank the BBC for bringing us together tonight.
We talk about every other day, though, and we pick up the phone and she say, "What?" I just want to say something. Okay, bye. And then that's about as much as we do.
Well, it's wonderful to relive that and to see you both here again tonight. Thanks, Jayne and Chris.
Well, Jayne and Chris were always famous for their theatrical finishes, and one of this year's most dramatic finishes came in the boat race, where at the end of 4 1/4 miles, Oxford beat Cambridge by less than a foot, the narrowest margin in living memory. But we've asked our most famous rower and Olympian to look ahead to Athens next August and pick out some of the British prospects most likely to follow in his illustrious wake.
Gold medals, winning, that's what we want from the Olympics. At next year's Games, we have a whole host of world champions going for gold. Where should we start? Rowing. For once, my old mates didn't win the World Championship, but bang on cue, the women's coxless pairs stepped up and brought home the gold.
Great Britain are moving, they're through, they're coming on, we're up to the line, gold on the line!
On to sailing. We won 3 golds at the last Olympics, and this year we were easily the top nation at the World Champs, with 2 golds, silver and 2 bronze.
Ben Ainsley has been confirmed as the gold medalist on the water.
And we're doing better in the water as well, with James Gibson, our first men's champion for 28 years.
A world championship title for James Gibson, absolutely brilliant.
While Katie Sexton is our first ever women's world champion.
Sexton in 5, the Portsmouth North Sea swimmer is coming back. Can we win gold? She's done it!
And there was another breakthrough at the World Gymnastics Championships, where Beth Twillell brought back our first ever medal. Meanwhile, in three-day eventing, something unprecedented happened, with Pippa Funnell winning the Grand Slam of major events at Kentucky, badminton and Burley.
She's over the last. She is the 2003 badminton champion, and you can't be much more cool than that, Lorna.
And finally, big hopes for the bike. We now have a track champion,
Glorious goal then for Bradley Wiggins.
a World Cup winner in Nicole Cook, and one for the road with David Miller.
He's been the man of the match. The rest were all racing for second. The world champion and gold medal winner, he's David Miller.
Bring on Athens!
You say that, Steve, but as the countdown to Athens continues, has there been a moment in the last few months when you have thought, I could get there, I could possibly go for number 6?
What sportsman doesn't ever think about making a comeback at some stage? Yeah, it's crossed my mind that you think of what you were 3 years ago and think, well, perhaps I could do it. But the reality is no, when you actually sit down and think about it, there's just no way.
OK, you shall be there with the BBC, and we're certainly looking forward to that.
I'm certainly looking forward to that.
And here's someone definitely going for gold in Athens, Pippa Funnell. That Grand Slam, fantastic achievement. The Olympics should be a doddle after that, shouldn't it?
Well, certainly the pressure was pretty serious this year. I feel as though I'd aged at least 10 years after the stress of the Rolex Grand Slam. But a little bit of pressure off for a couple of months now, and then it will be full steam ahead for Athens.
Fancy your chances?
I fancy the team's chances, as with mine. I mean, hopefully I've got a great string of horses, so fingers crossed.
Certainly have them crossed for you. Good luck.
Thanks. Well, just a couple of weeks after the Olympics next year, we'll have the Paralympics in Athens. Meanwhile, this year's Special Olympics was a spectacular success, with some of the world's leading figures enjoying it as much as the competitors. And in the European Paralympic Athletics Championships, Britain took 18 golds, including 3 more for Tanni Gray-Thompson. Well, Tanni will be in Athens, of course, as will South Africa's Natalie du Toit, who you may remember remarkably swam in both Paralympic and able-bodied events at last year's Commonwealth Games. And it's great to see both Tanni and Natalie here tonight. We wish them the best of luck in their quest for gold next year.
And now to boxing, where Lennox Lewis, one of our recent winners, remains Lord of the Rings. He retained his world boxing title against Vitaly Klitschko, but a rematch is due. While last night Ricky Hatton successfully defended his world light welterweight crown in Manchester. But when you talk about sports personality in boxing, the name of one man always floats into your mind.
Hey, hey, the gang's all here.
Oh, yeah. People all over the world are still talking about this amazing character.
I have something that I would like to introduce to the people there in Britain, all of my boxing fans.
This is the regular dance that I use just before the shuffle. I'm moving and I'm moving and I'm jumping around, and just before you know it, and I'm dancing, you're in trouble.
I've got to tell you, Ali, that you are not getting our award because it goes to a British sports personality. But I tell you what,
Who's it going to? Who's it going to? That fella named Best? He's not as pretty as me.
I got in the best shape of my life. Let me cancel this win.
Could we just have your attention, Ali? Would you mind waking up for us?
Yeah, are we on there? I think I can stop it. Hold it. Listen, I'm so modest, I can admit my own fault. And my only fault is I don't realize how great I really am. There it goes. The next time I challenge you to a game of croquet, I will beat you in one. Hello, Prince. I'm so honored. He's the next king of England. I thank all of you for taking time to listen to me. I love my fans in England, and I thank all of you for giving me this award. Thank you.
The people of Britain have voted Muhammad Ali, the sports personality of the century.
I see my name is not on it. The last time you had my name
We
and
didn't have
everything.
time to put it on.
The BBC is not paying me, so I have an instant poem for BBC. I love your show, I admire your style, but his pay is so cheap, I won't see you for a while. Goodbye.
And the co-star of that film, Harry